Hello guys, today we are going to discuss some terms regarding real numbers. That is the first chapter of mathematics in class 10th. Hope you will understand. First definition is natural numbers. Natural numbers, those numbers starting from 1 to infinity are called natural numbers. Like for example, if we take numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and so on up to infinity. So these are known as natural numbers. The natural numbers start from 1 and ends at infinity. It means the least natural number is 1 and the largest natural number we can't see. Next we have whole numbers. Whole numbers, those numbers starting from 0 to infinity. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up to infinity. So whole numbers are those numbers which are starting from 0 and ends at infinity. So if you can see, natural numbers start from 1 to infinity and whole numbers start from 0 to infinity. So what is excluding in natural numbers? That is 0. So if we include 0 in natural numbers, it becomes a set of whole numbers. So you must understand here that the only difference between the natural numbers and whole numbers is 0. So I must say, when we define natural numbers, we have to start from 1 up to infinity, and when we are supposed to define whole numbers, we have to start from 0 to infinity. The least whole number is 0 and the largest whole number we can't see. It is up to infinity. Next definition is integers. Integers are both positive and negative numbers, including 0. So both positive and negative numbers including 0 are called integers. Like for example, if we take 0, 1, 2, 3, so on up to infinity. So towards right we have positive natural numbers, means I mean to say positive integers like 1, 2, 3, and towards left we have -1, -2, -3 and so on up to infinity. That's negative numbers. So the set of integers are positive numbers as well as negative numbers including 0. We can't say the least integer and the largest integer because on both sides it's up to infinity. Now if you can see, earlier we have discussed here natural number. It is 1 to infinity. Now 1 belongs to natural numbers, the set of natural numbers. 1 also belongs to whole numbers and 1 also belongs to integers. So we can say a number can have one or more than one names. If we take one natural number, so 1 is a natural number in the set of natural numbers, and 1 is a whole number in the set of whole numbers, and 1 is the integer in the set of integers. So a number can have one or more than one names, you must know that. And the set of integers is represented either by capital I or it is represented by Z. Z comes from a word zehlan, which means to count, right? So that was about integers. Next, we move forward. We have set of even numbers. Even numbers. Now, what are even numbers? Those numbers which are divisible by 2, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, up to infinity. So these numbers are even numbers. Why these numbers are known as even numbers? Because these numbers are divisible by 2. If you can see, 4 can be divided by 2, 2 can be divided by 2, 6 can be divided by 2, 8 can be divided by 2, and so on. So all these numbers are known as even numbers. So in short, what is the set of even numbers? The set of even numbers are those numbers which are divisible by 2. The least even number is 2, and the largest even number we can't say, it is up to infinity. Then we have set of odd numbers. What are set of odd numbers? Those numbers which are not divisible by 2 are called set of odd numbers, or simply odd numbers. Now, if we take the example, like for example, 1. 1 is not divisible by 2, so 1 is odd number. 3 is odd number. 5 is odd number. 7 is odd number. 9 is odd number, and so on up to infinity. It is also up to infinity. So odd numbers which are not divisible by 2 are called odd numbers. The least odd number is 1. I mean to say the smallest odd number is 1, and the largest odd number we can't say, it is up to infinity. Then we have a set of prime numbers. Prime numbers. What are prime numbers? Prime numbers are those numbers having only 2 divisors. I mean to say those numbers which can be only divided by 2 numbers, that is by 1 and the number itself. Like for example, if we take 2, 2 can be divided by 1, 2 can be divided by 2 itself. So 2 has only 2 divisors, 1 and itself. So 2 is a prime number. Then we have 3. 3, if you can see, 3 is divisible by 1 and 3 is divisible by itself. So 3 is a prime number. Then we can have 5. 5 is a prime number, and so on. It is also up to infinity. So 2, 3, 5 and so on up to infinity are known as prime numbers. I repeat, those numbers having only 2 divisors, that is, they can be divided by 1 and itself, are called prime numbers. And 2 is the only even prime number and is the least prime number, and the largest prime number we can't say. It is up to infinity. Then we have composite numbers. Composite numbers. Composite numbers are those numbers having 3 or more than 3 divisors. Like we have 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 up to infinity. So those numbers having at least 3 divisors are called composite numbers. They can have 3 divisors or more than 3 divisors. If we take 4, 4 can be divided by 1, it can be divided by 2, it can be divided by 4 itself. So it has 3 divisors. So any number having at least 3 divisors are called composite numbers. If we take 6, 6 is divisible by 1, it is divisible by 2, it is divisible by 3, it is divisible by itself 6, so it has 4 divisors. So any number having at least 3 divisors, I mean to say a number having 3 divisors or more than 3 divisors are called composite numbers. So these are the examples of composite numbers. The smallest composite number is 4 and the largest composite number we can't see. So guys, you must know we have discussed here some definitions regarding real numbers, and these definitions will help you throughout this chapter. I mean, so these definitions will guide you in understanding the real numbers. In the next segment, we will define here, or we can say we will discuss here real numbers. And to understand real numbers, you must know rational numbers and irrational numbers. And that's for the next segment. Hope you have understand.